All right, let's cut straight to it. You think you know rugged? Picture this: Nepal, a country roughly the size of New York State, about 57,000 square miles, jammed between giants like China and India. But here's the kicker: 75% of this nation is pure, hardcore mountains, the Himalayas. We're talking 8 of the world's 10 highest peaks, including the legend, Mount Everest, soaring over 29,000 feet. This terrain forms a natural fortress so gnarly that Nepal has never been colonized. Think about that. Sandwiched between 2 superpowers, and it's remained untouchable. Now hold on, because it gets weirder. You know how every national flag on Earth is a rectangle or a square? Not Nepal's. Theirs is the only one that's not four-sided. It's 2 stacked triangular pennants, looking like mountain peaks themselves. This isn't some random design choice. It symbolizes the Himalayas and the 2 main religions, Hinduism and Buddhism, living side by side, no drama, for centuries. The crimson red, that's for bravery, and it's the color of their national flower, the rhododendron, which explodes across the mountainsides in spring. The blue border, peace and harmony, man. Values they actually seem to live by. But if that doesn't bend your brain, try this: their time zone. Most countries stick to neat hourly offsets from Greenwich Mean Time, right? GMT +5, +6, whatever. Nepal? They're on GMT +5 hours and 45 minutes, exactly 15 minutes off from their neighbor India, and totally out of sync with standard international time. Why? Just because. It's a power move. And get this, in the remote mountain villages where your fancy smartwatch is useless, locals tell time by the sun. 9 a.m. in one village might be 8:30 a.m. or 10 a.m. in another, all depending on how they read the sunrise against their local terrain. Some areas near the Chinese border just use Beijing time, which is almost 2 hours ahead. Tourists scheduling appointments? Good luck. You might show up on time by your watch and still be completely wrong. It's like they're operating on a different wavelength, almost as if they're subtly glitching the matrix just for themselves. Okay, so we've got a country that basically built a "do not disturb" sign out of mountains and messes with time for kicks. What about the people? This is where it gets even intense. In the heart of modern Kathmandu, they have a tradition called the Kumari. This is a literal living goddess, a young girl, usually under 10, chosen through ancient rituals to be the incarnation of a powerful deity. Once chosen, she lives in an old palace, doesn't go to school, has no contact with other kids, and her bare feet can never touch the ground. The belief is, if they do, she loses her divinity. She only appears in public a few times a year, carried on a golden palanquin, with thousands bowing down. And here's a wild detail. If she bleeds, even a tiny scratch or losing a tooth, she's immediately replaced. Her divine essence is considered lost. Afterwards, she just goes back to being a civilian. Talk about a job with pressure. Then you have the child tulkus. These are kids, some as young as 3, recognized as reincarnations of high-ranking lamas who've passed away. So instead of kindergarten, these little dudes are in monasteries, learning doctrine and rituals, revered as living Buddhas. You'll see a 3-year-old, maybe even sucking on a lollipop, and people are bowing to him like he's a fully enlightened master. It's a level of spiritual commitment that's hard to wrap your head around. And deep in the remote Mustang region, near Tibet, you find the Sky Caves. Over 10,000 caves carved into sheer cliff faces, many over 150 feet off the ground. From a distance, it looks like a giant stone honeycomb. Who built them? How? With what tools? Archaeologists found mummies, ancient murals, and signs of life, suggesting some reclusive religious community lived there, but there's zero historical records. It's like a civilization got deleted from human memory. Some say monastic retreats, others high-altitude burial sites. To this day, it's one of Asia's biggest unsolved archaeological mysteries, just sitting there. Now let's talk about a different kind of extreme, the Sherpas. These guys aren't just mountain guides, they're practically a different breed of human. While tourists are sucking on oxygen tanks and barely able to put one foot in front of the other, Sherpas are cruising up Everest carrying over 200 pounds of gear on their backs. For them, hitting altitudes over 26,000 feet isn't a once-in-a-lifetime feat. It's just another day at the office. They live above 10,000 feet, where the air is thin, temperatures plummet below freezing, and the wind just howls. Their bodies have literally evolved. Slower heart rates, more efficient lungs. Science calls it a genetic mutation. Everyone else calls them Himalayan supermen. Without them, most Everest dreams would die on the mountainside. They are the absolute backbone of every expedition. And if you want to even get to the Everest region, you'll probably fly into Tenzing Hillary Airport in Lukla. This place is consistently ranked the most dangerous airport in the world. The runway? A mere 1,729 feet long. That's about 1/10 the length of a typical international runway, and it's on a nearly 12% gradient, slapped onto the side of a mountain. Pilots have to nail their landings with split-second precision. One tiny miscalculation, and there's no recovery. Just a sheer drop or a cliff face. Planes here don't fly high. They weave through valleys, sometimes tilting like they're dodging invisible obstacles. And there's no autopilot, no radar. It's all down to the pilot's skill, nerve, and decades of experience. Locals call it the runway of steel-nerved pilots. Passengers just pray. And then there's the honey hunters. The Gurung people, an ethnic minority, have this traditional job, harvesting giant wild honeycombs from sheer cliffs hundreds of feet high. This isn't some X Games stunt. It's how they make a living. These honeycombs cling to rock faces where there are no paths, few handholds. They use basic rope ladders, tie ropes around their waists, no fancy safety gear, no netted hats. One hand for balance, the other uses smoke to repel the bees and a long knife to cut the combs. These bees are notoriously aggressive, and hunters can get stung hundreds of times. The cliffs are slippery. A small misstep is catastrophic, but they do it for mad honey. This honey comes from bees that feed on white rhododendron flowers, and it can cause mild hallucinations if you eat too much. It's used in traditional medicine, and on the international market, a quart can fetch several hundred US, but only a few dare to collect it. It's a high-stakes gamble every single time. If you're digging this kind of raw, unfiltered look at what humanity is capable of, and maybe even thinking about how to push your own limits, hit that subscribe button. We drop deep dives like this all the time, exploring the edges of the map in the mind. So how does a society that lives so close to the edge view something as fundamental as death? In many Western countries, death is hidden, private, somber. In Nepal, especially in Kathmandu, cremation is a public, sacred ritual, often performed openly by the Bagmati River. Relatives and random passers-by can witness it. The ashes are then released into the river, symbolizing liberation. For Hindus, this river is like a sister to the Ganges, and being cremated there is believed to bring instant salvation. What's wild to tourists is that right next to these cremation pyres, local life just continues. People stroll, eat snacks, chat, almost like they're picnicking next to a ceremony. Death isn't a gloomy end, it's just part of the cycle, and living near it doesn't mean you have to fear it. It's a profound respect for the natural order. And what about bringing new life into this world? Their naming customs are something else. In remote areas, forget birth certificates or last names for many. Names are often based on events happening at birth. Baby born during a rainstorm might be named Bara, meaning rain. During a landslide, Pahiro, landslide. Some names are basically diary entries, like, and this is a real Nepali name, didn't reach the clinic in time. Seriously. In many villages, people live their whole lives with nicknames, maybe a random word from a neighbor, like fire or lamp. A name doesn't need to be pretty, it needs to be authentic. Then there's the everyday fuel, food. Nepalese cuisine is a unique mashup, blending the rich spices of India with the simpler, delicate flavors of Tibet. The national dish is dal bhat. It's white rice, lentil soup, stir-fried veggies, pickles, curry, and sometimes meat or fish. It's on every table, from city penthouses to highland huts. Nepalis might eat dal bhat twice a day, 7 days a week. They even have a saying, dal bhat power, 24-hour. And it's incredibly cheap, like maybe $1 or $2, often with free refills of rice and soup. Then you've got momos, a Himalayan take on dumplings, usually steamed or pan-fried, served with a spicy tomato dipping sauce. Think of them as the dim sum of the Himalayas. You can't eat just one. When it's cold, tukpa, A piping hot noodle soup with meat and veggies is the go-to.
Okay, so you're probably thinking, this place sounds insane, but what's it going to cost me to see it? This is where Nepal throws another curveball. It's one of those rare spots where you can eat like a king, sleep at the foot of the Himalayas, and travel around all for less than a couple of fancy coffees back home. We mentioned dal bhat for $1 or $2. You could have momos for breakfast, a veggie rice dish for lunch, and phukpa for dinner, all for under $5, maybe $6 a day. Seriously. Accommodation? Homestays along trekking routes like Annapurna can be just $8 to $10 a night, often with a window view of snow-capped peaks that would cost you a fortune elsewhere. Some places even offer free lodging if you eat your meals there, a sleep for free, pay for food model that backpackers absolutely swear by. Local buses? We're talking cents, maybe 50 cents for a trip. Inner-city taxis? A few bucks, like $2 to $4. For $25 to $30, you might even hire a private car for a full-day tour around the Kathmandu Valley. Handmade yak wool scarves for $2 or $3. A quality warm Sherpa jacket for under 10 bucks. It's like a fire sale on high-end adventure gear and experiences. With only about $300 to $400, you could genuinely explore this country for 2 weeks. That's not just reasonable, that's a steal. So, the next time you're scrolling through your feed thinking the world's getting too predictable, remember Nepal. It's a living, breathing testament to human resilience, ancient traditions, and a completely different way of looking at life, all packed into a country that refuses to be ordinary. It's a place that doesn't just challenge your perceptions, it shatters them. What part of Nepal just blew your mind the most? The living goddesses? The death-defying airport? Or the fact you can live like a king for pocket change? Drop a comment below and let us know. And if you're hungry for more places that defy belief, check out our last video right here. You won't regret it.